Hi. I will be squaring myself off here, doing a second meditation for you so that you have a variety from which to choose from. Coming to close the eyes, allowing the tip of the tongue to rest behind the two front teeth as you draw the inner gaze inwards and upwards to the brow point. Now, a helpful tip for that is that you can wet your index finger and just place that wetness on your third eye. And then you'll feel the air on that third eye point with greater clarity and greater awareness. And that can be a nice anchoring point with which to maintain that drawing in and up of the inner gaze. Tiger balm is also quite a good one. Just place a little bit of tiger balm there. Not if you've got super sensitive skin, because you'll have a little red spot, a little slight burn of the skin from the tiger balm. All right, drawing inwards. Starting with a nice full cleansing exhalation of breath. And allowing for that full, steady inhale. We come to witness the quality of the breath. The spine is elevated, the buttock bones are descending into the earth, and there's length and ease in the back body, in the spine. And when we breathe in and out through the nose, as the breath in and out through the nose allows the breath to draw deeper into the diaphragm. So the breath draws up the back of the throat, travels down the back of the throat, and moves into the lungs, and then deeper into the diaphragm. Think of the diaphragm as a balloon or tentacles expanding down. And as you exhale, the diaphragm contracts as you release all the breath. Out through the diaphragm, out through the lungs, back of the throat, out through the nose once again. So we continue to follow this rhythmic breath in and out. And after a while, once you've evened out the breath, as the breath becomes more even and steady, it takes on this wonderful rhythmic, hypnotic breath. Inhale and smooth, steady, cleansing exhales. Being mindful that the shoulders are descending away from the ears as the shoulder blades frame the back of your body. And as your buttock bones descend into the earth, you may become aware of a nice broadening in the back of the sacrum. Just playing with the positioning of the pelvis, drawing it slightly back, tends to be the adjustment that is beneficial for those with more flexible pelvis, more flexible hips. So you get that rocking back and forth. If there's ease in that rocking back and forth, then it's more likely that you'll need to be drawing down into the back body to maintain broadness in the back. If you're aware that you're sitting back more on the buttocks and there's more of a rounding in the back of the pelvis, then you will most likely need to sit a little higher so that you're more elevated. And that will liberate and create more freedom in the pelvis and in the spine so that you sit with ease. And if that's not physically available to you, sit in a chair. Allow the body to be upright and with greater ease. And in time, as you do more yoga, more stretching, you'll be able to open up the pelvis, open up into the hips, and you'll be able to graduate to sitting down but still propped up. And then in time, you will either be able to go lower, or you'll find that place where you're like, you know, this is where my body is at this time, and it may be for the rest of my life. This might be the point of achievement. So be it. This is where we find our acceptance, where we find our self-compassion. So as we cultivate our quality of sitting, our positioning will evolve and change. And even though it may evolve and change, we may have injury in the course of our lives. We probably will have setbacks in the course of our lives. So we also have that knowledge of how to sit higher and lower. And each week and each month and each day, when we visit our mat, when we visit our seated position, we evaluate what is available to me today, regardless of what was available to you yesterday, last month, last year. This is what cultivates our state of acceptance. Where am I now in this moment? And even if we don't like it, that's okay. But we cultivate compassion. We cultivate that acceptance. And even the acceptance of, I don't like where I am. So be it. I will be in this position. I'm going to have to sit higher. Okay. That's all right. Just showing up. Honoring where we are in this moment is what this practice is about. It's what allows us to create compassion, create steadiness, create acceptance. Because there are so many times where we don't really want to see the truth because it's too painful or just too uncomfortable for that ego. But this cultivating of sitting, this cultivating of a practice where we show up daily, begins to show us how the body is always changing. How one time you may have ease and the next time you may not. And oh my goodness, my mind is really agitated today. Or I'm not comfortable in my body. I've got chronic pain today. We don't even need to know necessarily why, though sometimes it's helpful to cultivate on, to contemplate on, to allow that awareness to come of, wait a minute, I really played around with the kids, or I really did a hard workout, and I completely forgot about that because so many other things happened in the course of the day, I actually forgot how hard I pushed myself in my practice. Or, yeah, that's right, I twisted my ankle yesterday. Or even something more subtle that you might not have been aware took anchor or created a cause and effect within your body. So as we cultivate a practice, it's nice to bring variation, but it's also nice to have regularity in there so that we can see how the body changes. In my class yoga practices, I quite often have us placing the hands out in front and then taking right pointer finger on top of left and letting all the other fingers follow suit. For one, if it's your non-automatic side, it's a good brain teaser. Makes you stop and think, oh, how am I interlocking these fingers? And then we turn the hands inside out. We descend the shoulders down away from the ears, and we gently turn the head from side to side, back and forth. And we do this consistently in class, at least once in the class, once a week. And it makes us aware, goodness, I tend to hold more tension on my right side than my left side. Oh, it's generally in my shoulder rather than in my neck. You know, it makes us aware sometimes of the ways we habitually occupy and live in our bodies, and then sometimes those transient sensations and discomforts that reside and surface every now and then. And then from here we raise the arms up overhead as we draw the shoulders down away from the ears. Now I'm not wearing my yoga clothes, so this is a little restrictive, but shoulder blades are descending down, heart is opening, breath is expanding, and we keep the elbows royally bent in order to assist in the descending quality of the shoulders. We take 3 cleansing breaths in and out, eyes open or closed. And then we release the arms steadily back down. Now this can be a nice practice just before we start meditating, if you want to bring the awareness to the neck and shoulders and just have that mindful awareness that we are descending the shoulders away from the ears. We are creating space and opening up. So if you notice that there's been a lot of stress and tension in your life, maybe start with these gentle shoulder openings. And if you have interlocked the hands, switch to the other side. Now left pointer finger comes on top of right. And then turn the hands inside out. And you do the same. Once again, observing. Observing the quality in the neck and shoulders. Oh yeah, I slept with a crick in my neck last night. Got a little bit of discomfort there. Let me breathe through it. Let me see if just by this gentle turning back and forth, I can create change. I can create healing. I can create opening. And then as we come back, we raise the arms up once again, just to keep that symmetry, just to keep that balance in the body. Elbows are royally bent so that the shoulders can truly descend away from the ears. We maintain that space, cleansing in breath, cleansing out breath, all in and out through the nose. Exhale and release the arms gently back down. All right. Now as we come close the eyes once again, you check in, you notice. Sometimes some movement prior to meditation can help release or channel out the agitation that can be in the body. Sometimes the body needs physical movement before it can be still. So even just moving in the shoulders and the arms can just give that channel for that energy so that you've created a little more subtle steadiness, and maybe not even so subtle, some more grounded steadiness into the physical body. All right. And then from here, as we draw the senses inwards, once again, we allow the tip of the tongue to rest behind the 2 front teeth. If you'd like the wetting of the finger and placing a point onto the 3rd eye, go ahead and do that again. And then we come sit. We continue that steady, even inhale. Smooth, steady, even exhale. Two more breaths in. 2 more steady, cleansing breaths out. And then you would continue this meditation for 5, 10, 15 more minutes. Placing a timer on or not. Little one's trying to come in the room. All right. Just a minute. Namaste. Thank you. Enjoy your practice of meditation. Bye-bye.